Anytime you're asked to solve equations, what that simply means is getting the variable or the letter by itself. By using inverse operations, we're going to do the opposite of everything to move it away from the variable. So taking a look at example 1, I see that my variable is x. So I'm going to move everything that's not currently touching x. So and that would be the 2. And I'm going to do the opposite operation. So I see that it's a positive, like a +2. So I'm going to subtract 2. And what I do to one side, and when I say side, I mean the side of the equal sign, then I have to do to the other side. So +2 and -2, that cancel. That was the whole point of that operation. I'm still left with 5x equals 12 minus 2 is 10. And then ask yourself, is x by itself? And taking a look at it, no, it's still married to the 5. And how are they married? They're married by multiplication. So we're going to break it up by division. So we're going to do the opposite, and once you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So 5 divided by 5 is 1, so those go away, leaving me with x is equal to 10 divided by 5, which is 2. All right, example 2, I see that the x plus 1, that's immediately touching it, but the 7 is being divided on the bottom. So we can start there, and we're going to do the opposite. Instead of dividing by 7, we're going to multiply both sides by 7. And they have a common factor, so those cancel out, leaving you with x plus 1 equals 3 times 7, which is 21. And x is still not by itself, so we're going to break the party up even further. I see there's an adding of 1, so we're going to subtract 1 to both sides. So rewrite my x, my 1's cancel out, and 21 minus 1 leaves me with a final answer of 20. And example 2, I see that the x is being immediately divided by 2, so I'm going to move the 5 first because it's not really touching. So I'm going to move it by subtracting 5 because I recognize that 5 is positive, and what you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So I'm still left with x over 2 equals, and my 5's go away, but now I have to subtract 8 minus 5, and that gives me 3. So x is still not by itself, and I see that it's being divided by 2. So we're going to do the opposite and multiply by 2. And what I do to one side, I have to do to the other side. So the 2's have a common factor, and they factor out, leaving us with x is equal to 3 times 2, which is 6.